Welcome on board the fastest bullet train in the world. This is China's impressive Fuxing high-speed train, and today we're checking it out in premium first class. We'll be traveling from Shanghai to Beijing, a journey of more than 1300 kilometers covered in just over 4 hours. Designed for speeds up to 400 kilometers per hour and currently racing across China at 350, this train connects two of the world's biggest cities with incredible speed, comfort and efficiency. So join me in this video to experience Chinese high-speed rail, as I show you the massive train stations, the incredible onboard experience, and what it's actually like to ride one of the world's best trains. My name is Simon, and today we are catching China's fastest bullet train from Shanghai to Beijing. Our journey starts here at the massive Shanghai Hongqiao station, which is a truly massive complex that used to be the largest train station in Asia by area. And it's also directly connected to one of Shanghai's two massive airports. Anyway, it's time for us to head inside the station and try and make our way towards the platforms. As with all high-speed railway stations in China, you can only get to the main part of the station if you hold a valid ticket. All tickets are linked to your passport or ID card and will be checked upon entry. After this, there's an airport-style security check. And while there is a few restrictions on what you can bring, it is generally a little less strict than that of an airport. After this, we are led into the main departure area, which is this large hall with lots of seats and shops. Also, make sure you take the escalator up to the first floor. Not just because there's more shops and facilities here, but also to experience.
The scale of this place is really something else. Take a look at this.
I mean, just look at it. This place is truly massive, with 30 departure gates handling access to the station's 16 platforms, which served 155 million people in 2024. And while now you would normally just locate your gate and find a seat to wait for your train to start boarding, very much like at an airport, I have a different plan today.
So supposedly on a premium first class ticket like I'm traveling on today, you actually get access to the business class lounge. So I guess we'll try and check that out.
I saw some conflicting information online whether premium first class passengers actually get access to the business class lounge, but at least on this occasion they let me in. After checking in with the staff, you'll be handed a number, which the staff use to locate which passengers are catching which trains, so they can escort you directly to your boarding gate once boarding starts. But in the meantime, you're just meant to kick back, relax or get some work done. Business class lounges are of varying quality across the Chinese railway stations, but this one is actually rather nice. There's a small buffet selection with various snacks as well as beverages on offer, and you can even get hot ones from the self-service coffee machine. All of this is complimentary, and this is really a nice place to wait for your train. Eventually, one of the friendly staff members came around to let me know that the train is now ready for boarding. Our high-speed train can seat almost 1400 people, which can cause some very long boarding queues. But luckily, premium first-class passengers also get priority boarding. Once again, you'll need to scan your passport here as a ticket check before being sent down the escalator to board the train. And once we get down here, we get the first glimpse of our 17 carriages long high-speed train that will take us up to Beijing. Premium first class today was located towards the very front of the train in carriage number 17. Unfortunately, these 17 carriages long high-speed trains were specifically designed for the Shanghai to Beijing corridor, meaning I couldn't get a good shot of the front as they take up all of the platform space. This is a CR400BFBS made by CRRC Fuxing and is part of China's Fuxing family of high-speed trains. While these trains were technically designed for 400 km per hour operation, in regular service they currently run at up to 350, making them the fastest conventional steel wheel high-speed trains in scheduled passenger service anywhere in the world, alongside Indonesia's Wush, which is also built on Chinese technology. I'm so excited for this journey today, so let's finally head on board and find our premium first class seat for the journey up to Beijing. Looks pretty good to me. Here's my seat for today's ride, 5A. Awaiting here at my seat is a large pillow as well as some slippers, which I found interesting for a fully daytime journey. Anyway, after settling in, I had a quick chance to take a look at the highest level of comfort offered on board, the very expensive business class, which interestingly at one end of the train has the older open lie-flat seats, while supposedly at the other end there is the newer private suites. I have no idea why they did this, but anyway, we'll get back to both pricing and the rest of the train's interior later in the video. But for now, it's time to depart, which today is bang on time at precisely 8 AM. Initially, our train runs at moderate speed, as we navigate the switches and various junctions separating the many different high-speed railway lines that come in to the station. There really is a lot of train traffic here, with high-speed trains arriving and departing every couple of minutes. And just take a look at this massive stapling and maintenance facility just north of the station. Our train is already picking up the pace now, beginning to accelerate up towards our maximum speed, and 10 minutes after departure, we have already reached our maximum speed of 350 km per hour. Very impressive stuff. Anyway, with that, let's now take a closer look at the route map for today's journey. We are on board high-speed train number G6, one of the fastest services to Beijing. We'll depart from Shanghai's Hongqiao station, with our only intermediate stops being at Nanjing South and Jinan West before terminating at Beijing South station. Journey time is scheduled to be 4 hours and 24 minutes, covering 1,308 kilometers, giving the train a seriously impressive average speed of just under 300 kilometers per hour. Shortly after departure, the complimentary onboard service in premium first class begins. It starts out with a small towel being handed out by the crew, followed by the delivery of a small snack box. This featured a few snacks like dried pork as well as peanuts and some biscuits. And you also get a choice of beverages, both hot and cold, where I went for coffee. What a great way to get this journey started. Just relaxing, enjoying some snacks and coffee, while sitting in a comfortable seat admiring the smooth ride. It is really outstanding. We had 350 km per hour and the liquid in my Coke bottle is barely moving. Anyway, as we are now speeding towards our first station stop at Nanjing South, let's take a closer look at the seats we'll be spending the next 4 hours in. Premium first class comes in a 2+2 layout, but keep in mind that Chinese high-speed trains generally are quite wide, so this is by no means tight. The seats themselves are like a modern take on a classic armchair, with loads of padding in both the back and the base of the seat. And there's a very soft headrest cushion too. And if that's not enough, you also get a sizable pillow with a nice soft fabric. In the armrest you'll find the control panel for the seat's recline, which can be set to pretty much any position that you find comfortable. There's almost unlimited legroom even when the seat is reclined. I'm 187 centimeters tall and I can just about touch the seat in front when fully reclined. As for other features, you got this table on the back of the seat in front, next to one of the 2 coat hooks that are also provided, with the other one being on the wall. There's also a larger table that can be deployed from the wall, but only when the seats are rotated to form a bay of 4. At other times, a small table can be deployed from every individual seat from the armrest. And of course, there's standard features like individual power outlets as well as adjustable reading lights. And finally, while some Chinese high-speed trains have dimmable windows, this one is old school. Overall, I found this seat very comfortable and a great way to travel this 4-hour journey. Next up, our train slows down as we make our first station stop in Nanjing, which is one of China's largest cities, known for its historical role as one of China's 4 great ancient capital cities, serving as capital for several dynasties and regimes, including the famous Ming Dynasty and the Republic of China. Our train stops at the huge Nanjing South Station, a major high-speed railway hub which opened in June 2011, and after our brief stop here, we make our way back onto the high-speed line towards Beijing, quickly accelerating back up towards our maximum speed of 350 km per hour. There is definitely some interesting sights along this route, but you have to be very quick to catch them, like this rock formation or other passing high-speed trains. Anyway, let's now take a closer look around the rest of the train's interior. There's a good amount of space to store luggage, with smaller bags on the shelf above the seats and space by the end of the carriages for larger bags. Moving into the vestibule, we'll see some more features. Multiple hot and cold water dispensers are found throughout the train. And just take a look at how classy the bathroom area looks with the dark wood and gold touch finishes. I think it looks so stylish. Even the old squat toilet looks kinda good, although I still prefer the western option. The toilet was kept spotlessly clean throughout the journey and was fully functional. The small water tap and sink had working water, and there was plenty of towels to dry your hand. The flush was also working, and overall the toilet was clean and functional. The next class down is first class, which comes with large reclining seats in a 2+2 layout, and the cheapest option on board is second class, which still offers good comfort and excellent value, but in a denser 2+3 layout. And honestly, if you can afford it, the upgrade to first class is definitely worth considering, both to avoid the middle seat and to get the extra space. Finally, there's also a small bistro car on board, selling microwave meals to go, drinks and a ton of snacks. Overall, it's an incredibly nice and comfortable way to travel, no matter which class you pick, and we'll talk about pricing and how you buy tickets towards the end of the video. But for now, I'm back to enjoying the journey at my seat, where the crew has just offered another round of drinks and I went for some Sprite. Our train is now about to speed through Hongqiao East Railway Station, which serves a city of around 2 million people and a broader region of around 10 million. However, this is of course far too small and unimportant for us to make a stop at, so we will glide through at over 300 km/h. But our train will eventually have to slow down to make our penultimate stop at Jinan West. Jinan is the capital of the Shandong province and a major transportation hub in northern China, but it's best known as the City of Springs, with 72 famous natural springs dotted around the city. But we don't stop here for long, and soon enough we are back on the move, accelerating north towards our final stop in Beijing. And you know what might be even more impressive than gliding through China at 350 km/h? The fact that China is getting an even faster train. The next generation CRRC high-speed train is now in testing, with a planned operational speed of 400 km/h. And the rumors are it'll enter service this year on the Beijing to Shanghai railway, albeit only at 350 km/h. However, next year in 2027, when the new central high-speed railway between Chongqing and Chengdu is expected to be open, that line will have 400 km/h capable track. And it's widely expected to become the line where China once again breaks its own record for the fastest conventional high-speed train in commercial service. Honestly, it's hard to overstate just how crazy China's high-speed rail development has been. In barely 2 decades, the country has built a network of more than 50,000 kilometers, and much of it is designed for speeds of 300 km/h or more. So, now as we are hastily approaching Beijing, let me tell you about how you can get your ticket to ride China's incredible high-speed railway lines. I bought my tickets on the official China Railways app, and tickets go on sale around 14 days in advance. However, it is a little finicky to use the official app, and many foreigners find it easier to use one of the retail platforms, but just be aware they take a small commission. Anyway, a premium first class ticket on this route will set you back 1,455 Chinese yuan. It's not exactly cheap, but you have to remember you're traveling 1,300 kilometers on board one of the world's best high-speed trains, so I think the price is fair. And if you're wondering what the other classes cost, here are the fares for comparison. Let me know in the comments which one you would pick. Honestly, traveling by high-speed train in China is the best way to get around. Of course, I'm not the biggest fan of the station experience, as it's so much like at an airport, but I get it, it's probably the only way to move so many people by rail. And the trains can take you to so many more places than the airports. That's why I'll be staying down here when traveling around China. In the end, our train pulls into Beijing South Station just a couple of minutes behind schedule, after what's not just been an amazing journey, but also a great experience on board the world's fastest high-speed train. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as I try to post a new video every Sunday. And if you want to give the channel a little extra support, consider joining the membership program, where for just a couple of euros every month you get early access to all my videos as well as exclusive travel updates. And to continue your journey, why not watch my video on one of China's most unique high-speed trains by clicking the card on screen now. Thanks for watching.